guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a foundation review. Finally, I have this foundation review for you guys. I'm going to kind of do a quickie review style just because it's a foundation, a primer. I've been trying them for a while. I would say a little over a month. I kind of feel like my neck looks a little off on color, but maybe it's just me or my monitor. But I have a review for the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Foundation, medium to full coverage. And I also have the Flawless Stay Poreless Primer. And I also have a sponge, a pink one and a burgundy one. So when this foundation launched, I didn't buy it. I waited a little to see some reviews and then I decided I wanted to purchase it. So the kit that they have, where they have like 3 primers, a setting spray and a sponge, was all sold out. The setting spray was sold out, so I had to buy everything individually. I bought the foundation in the shade FS 4.0, and they also have the option to get samples. In case you guys want to find your perfect color, they give you 4 little samples, and they have a like, these are for free. You can order them online and they'll ship them to you. Then you just have to pay like for the shipping insurance or something like that, which was like $1. So I got 4 different shades. And then this color was different than what the shades I wanted. Just in case this one didn't match me, I could have, you know, seen in these 4 that I got if I had a shade. So the shade I feel like fit me perfect. It doesn't make me look too white like other foundations or like very ghostly. And the foundation retails for $12, which is very affordable. I would say it's drugstore pricing. Nowadays, I feel like the drugstore prices are going really high, especially for foundations. Some are like $18, $15, and I'm like, what, girl? They used to be like $5.99. What happened to those prices? And then the primers retail for $7.99, and they do have, I think it was like 3 different primers. This one, which is a poreless primer, a hydrating primer, and then like a stick one, which is, I think it was matte. So I picked this one up. You guys know I love poreless primers because I have crater like pores. And then their sponges retail for $5.99. They have burgundy. They had like a really pretty olive green shade. The regular hot pink like beauty blender color. This baby pink. And I think they had a black one as well. So they're all $5.99. I wanted to try them and that's why I picked up 2. Now, I like the foundation. I did like it. It's not my favorite. The primer is also not my favorite, but I feel like they're good products, especially for the price. So the foundation, to me, it really reminded me of the Fenty Beauty foundation. And the issue I had with the Fenty Beauty foundation is that once you apply it, you have to wait at least 1 to 2 hours for it to fully set in the skin, and then it looks really pretty. So once you apply it, you're kind of like, ugh, it looks a little ugly. It doesn't look that good. It looks a little weird. Don't worry, let it sit for 1 to 2 hours and then you're gonna see how flawless it looks. So that's the little issue I had with this foundation as well, which I don't mind. Honestly, I know a lot of people will, which is something that I feel like I have to mention to you guys. And that's why I am so happy that I waited the amount of time I did to have this review for you guys, because it was kind of like a roller coaster of emotions with this foundation. Like, I loved it at the first time I used it, and then the next times I tried it with different products and I hated it, and I was like, wait, what did I do the first time that made me really like the foundation? So the key as well to this foundation is having a damp sponge. That is the most important thing, and the sponge that I have been loving is this Real Techniques ginormous sponge, and this one maintains water a little more. And I feel like that's what has helped my foundation, and it has helped me when I apply it for it to look nice on first application, which helps a lot with, you know, if you're like, I don't like a foundation that's going to look good after 2 hours. I know, I get it. I was like that too. And this sponge has helped, everything has helped me actually fall in love with the foundation. So yeah, it also helps me use less product, as today I use this one and you guys will see in the video how it went in the demo. But the primer, moving on to that, I like it, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it truly fills all your pores. If you have big pores, it won't fill those in as well as the tiny pores. So if you have a lot of pores, I would recommend putting a layer of something else. Like in my instance, I tried doing the poreless putty primer, but a very light layer of this, and then applying a light layer of this, and that did the job. So I mean, if you have very flawless skin and just very little pores, this is going to work wonders on your skin, because it does give you a very smooth canvas, which I like that about this primer. It's a silicone based primer, so if you don't like those, just throwing that out there. But overall, they're good. Both of the products, I would continue to use them until I finish them up. Will I repurchase them? I don't necessarily think I would repurchase a primer, maybe the foundation, because it is affordable, and I like to use affordable foundations for when I film, just because I don't want to use my high-end products the days that I'm filming, because I just will film and take my makeup off. So, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose. But I did like that it pairs well with my setting powders, my concealers. I even tried new concealers, and it went well with the foundation. The powders set the skin well. If you have a favorite powder that will fill in your pores and give you a flawless finish, that will help the foundation and the primer as well look even nicer. So yeah, I feel like that's basically it for the rundown on these products. Let's get on to the demo. Okay guys, like you saw in the video, I did switch from the Beauty Creation sponge, which it does apply the foundation, but I feel like it either absorbs too much into the sponge and it doesn't give me the coverage that this sponge gives me. Now the key with this foundation is definitely to have a very damp sponge. I tried this with my Juno & Co sponge. I tried it with different brushes, the Sigma Kabuki brush, Real Techniques Kabuki brush, what else? A couple different brushes, and I didn't like the application with those brushes. It looked really bad. It looked very patchy, and as you can see, I did 2 layers of foundation on this side with this Beauty Creation sponge, and it still didn't give me the coverage that only 1 pump of the foundation did with this Real Technique sponge, which is why I say that this is the key to using this foundation for me. I tried it with very different products, different sponges. My favorite Wet n Wild, and I wring those out a lot, to where this one is bigger and I don't wring it out as much. It still feels like if I squeeze it, you can get water out. That's what I mean by it having to be very damp. I don't know if this is just for me, and that's what the foundation needs from this sponge for my skin, but I tried it every other way and it left the foundation very spatchy, very patchy, and it looked dry once it dried. Yeah, like it looked overly dry. Like it dried matte, but in a sense that it started looking like my dry patches here were flaking and they were very noticeable. So once I started using this sponge, having it very damp, not now if I'm holding it and pressing it, the water's not coming out of the sponge. It's just in there, but it's pretty damp. This one I left it pretty damp as well too, but it doesn't apply the same as this one. Maybe this sponge will work for my other products. I'll try it with concealer as well, because I did buy this one and a burgundy one. Burgundy just because I wanted that color. But overall, you can see now that I did 3 layers on this side and 1 on this side. This side is very, very covered. I feel like it's a medium to full. It's not necessarily like fully medium, and it's not necessarily fully full coverage. So I would say this is a very medium full coverage foundation. Like, it's not one or the other, or it's just in between. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to do concealer, powder, and then I'll be back. So what did you guys think of the demo? I tried to do a very in-depth demo, especially since I was trying this sponge for the first time with these products. But yeah, overall, the foundation's good. The primer's good. Just keep in mind, it might not happen to you if you have very flawless, perfect skin, but as you guys can see, I have a lot of acne. I have a lot of little red patches, redness in this area, discoloration. My skin is uneven, and I have a lot of pores. So I have very problematic skin. And as you can see now that I've been wearing the foundation for about an hour and a half, it looks beautiful on the skin. So you just have to let it sit a little, let it cook in your skin, and it'll be good. And yeah, I liked it. I will finish it up, and that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts on this foundation. If you have it, if you have tried it, I would like to hear your experience with the foundation as well. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. And like always, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.